teach anatomy, but my new elective is forensic science, and we kind of start off with an intro, a little bit of criminal justice. The kids have to memorize their Miranda rights. They have to go out and say them to 5 different people, including Officer Ball for some bonus points. And then we start going into specific types of evidence. So we start with things like fiber and hair analysis. We do several microscope labs where they have to be able to tell where did that hair come from, where did that fiber come from, classify it, orient it with the scene. We do DNA electrophoresis, which is like a DNA fingerprint. So we fingerprint each other, how to fingerprint themselves, different ways to reveal those prints. That's probably one of their most favorite labs from last semester because they do charcoal washing, they get to do super glue fuming, and basically like 8 different ways to reveal fingerprints, whether you can see them or not, with these really cool techniques.
She had like 10 students wear white t-shirts throughout the day, like as long as they could. And then we learned about Locard's principle of exchange, so it was like finding hair and other sorts of like trace evidence on the shirts that they wore throughout the day.
Probably my favorite was we kind of learned about jury duty, and so she gave us 3 court cases that had previously happened, and she gave us all of the evidence from that case, and then we were put into 2 different groups of the same amount that would be on a normal jury inside of a courtroom, and we had to be given that evidence, and we all had to decide whether or not we thought they were innocent or guilty. And we learned about if it's not all unanimous, then they are not guilty. So just kind of learning about that whole experience and what it would be like if you were in a courtroom.
So in human genetics this year, it's a new course, brand new. We're doing a lot of really exciting things in there. We're going to actually get to look at how we come to be the way we are. Do some cool things with actual real life DNA. So we take bananas and we mash them up and we mix them with a bunch of chemicals, and at the end of the bell we get a big glob of DNA, so students can actually visualize what that condensed DNA looks like, and they can actually get to touch it and feel it and interact with it in a way that is unique and different from your standard looking at nucleotide sequences on a piece of paper.
And the student engagement has been incredible. The numbers of students that have signed up for these classes is incredibly high. And we have kids that are learning about these really unique topics that could potentially help them choose a career pathway and just get them more engaged in their surroundings and learning about things outside of the classroom as well.
I teach a blended learning course called Infectious Diseases. It's a brand new class in which we are spotlighting a variety of infectious diseases that have either impacted people historically, are impacting people today, or could be impacting people in the future. So we're kind of looking at a wide range of diseases, ranging from Spanish flu to the HIV/AIDS epidemic to new and emerging diseases, including coronavirus that is hitting the world right now. We study anything from genetics to how it's impacted civilization to playing detectives in looking for the source of disease. So it's a really wide gamut that mixes both traditional biological methods and biological practices to more common everyday approaches to community health, to individual health, to how it's impacting both society, culture, and economies.
Oceanography, one of my biggest challenges was how do I make oceanography relevant to students who are in landlocked Ohio. So this year we invested in a marine tank, and we study all of these critters. So we have some sea stars and sea urchins, we have a puffer fish and yellow tang. Students get to directly interact with the ocean, with the tank every day, and they get to see the changes. We have also introduced virtual reality goggles to the classroom. So virtual reality goggles allow us to use 360 videos on YouTube, which are free, and they put the goggles on and they can swim with turtles. They can explore coral reef. They can explore swimming with sharks and whales, so that gives kids more of a hands-on approach. So another course that I teach at Milford is field ecology. This class is for sophomores to seniors, and we have anybody really that's interested in their natural environment taking the class. The goal of the class is to set up a natural habitat on campus, and we were able to do that this year. We are so lucky to have a collaborative relationship with NKU and Cincinnati Nature Center. We have a 5-year research project going on. So we built a pollinator garden on campus from scratch. Our students, Milford High School, collaborated with Milford Junior High and the college students from NKU to create a pollinator garden. The purpose is to look at the grasses and flowers that grow there, what pollinators are attracted to it, which plants are successful, which plants aren't successful. The school purchased these mini iPads for our students. And there's several apps on here. There's iNaturalist, there's eBird. The eBird allows them to take pictures if they don't know what the birds are and tell them what the birds are and their names, along with Audubon Society does that as well. iNaturalist is a program where they can report any insect, any mammal, any kind of life at all and upload it. If they don't know what it is, they can ask questions. So students are learning about how to use technology in our world today, our apps. There's an app called Leaf Snap where you just take a picture of the leaf and it tells you what that plant is. They love their cell phones. Let's learn how to use our cell phones to enjoy and understand that outdoor world, but also participate in citizen science projects. So we upload our information.
I feel like people generally seem to forget the planet that's right beneath their feet, and specifically field ecology, where it is right outside, right here. Learning about it, you can see the impacts that we have on it, and it helps get that connection back and that drive to conserve the planet and the things that we share.
We are in the process of scheduling for next year, and students are trying to fit as many science courses as possible into their schedules. So instead of just kind of taking 3 courses and doing the minimum to graduate, or taking 4, which is the minimum for the honors diploma, now they're trying to fill as many spots as they can with all of these really cool science electives that we offer.